What is the oddest thing you thought was abnormal and ended up being a medical problem? That pulled muscle was actually a collapsed lung. After days of hot baths, massages, trying to relax, nothing helped. No wonder. A random sharp pain above my right ear and my tongue curling slightly. I thought it was just old age. Doc recognized it instantly as something wrong with my tongue. The cancer has been cured for 7 years. I thought I pulled a muscle playing with my dogs one day. 1 week later I finally go to the hospital because the pain is getting worse. Turns out I suffer from a genetic blood clotting condition and had a 2-foot log clot in my leg and multiple pulmonary embolisms on my lungs. Doctor was legit surprised I was alive. I thought I was constipated for a few days. Hurt like hell. Turned out to be diverticulitis and a perforated colon. My wife called the ER and they brought me in without triage and sent a chaplain. I lost a foot of my large intestines and almost died. My family told me I would randomly space out, although I never remember. All thought it was normal. Turned out, I was having absence seizures. We only found that out at a routine doctor's appointment, just conversing with the doc, when I guess I just came to and the doctor said she wanted to get a bunch of tests done. Been an epileptic for almost 17 years now. As a kid I had anxiety and my heart would race. Fast. It felt like a hummingbird in my chest, and would abruptly pause and resume a normal pace after a few minutes. At age 23 I had a bad reaction to a tricyclic antidepressant called imipramine and was rushed to the hospital. They ran an EKG and that rapid heart rate was a congenital defect known as Wolff-Parkinson-White syndrome. Basically I had an accessory or second electrical system in my heart that would cause a short circuit occasionally and my heart rate would skyrocket. It was cured via a procedure using radio waves to form scar tissue around the accessory node because the impulse could not conduct through the tissue. No problem since. I thought I had bad period cramps. Then I thought I had acute food poisoning. Turns out I had ovarian torsion and my ovary was slowly dying over the course of a few days. Get the fuck out of this thread if you have health anxiety, lol. Depression. Apparently losing all hope and being numb to joy isn't just a part of growing up. Not sleeping or eating for days, but still feeling great and having more energy than your average athlete. Turns out you're bipolar. Not me, but one of my brother's friends in high school. This friend was a goober, always making silly, but friendly jokes that make families laugh as a whole, all in all a genuinely funny person. One day he took my sister's glasses and was acting like her only to pause for a moment and then say, "Wait, is this how things are supposed to look?" My man needed glasses and found out from fucking around. I'm glad the universe leaned towards him in a positive way as far as that went. I do have these really minor facial twitches, like a single small muscle in my upper lip or eyebrow. Nothing even severe enough to be visible by others. However, they'd last for a few weeks straight even while I was trying to sleep. I didn't think twice about it. They always went away on their own after all. After I suddenly went blind in my left eye and got diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, I connected the dots. It took my lungs collapsing at 17 years old before doctors realized I wasn't breathing in deeply enough to expand the bottom half of my lungs for basically my whole life. They asked why I never complained about shortness of breath. I never knew breathing was supposed to be easier than what I was experiencing. Was always told periods are painful cramps. So for years I thought my incredibly debilitating period pain was me being a little bitch about it. Turns out I have both PCOS and endometriosis and, of course, fertility issues. FML. Edit. Word. Apparently your belly button isn't supposed to hurt. It was an umbilical hernia. I almost cried the first time I tried medication for ADHD. My mind was so quiet and peaceful. Inattentive ADHD. Got diagnosed at 54 and my life all suddenly made sense. It was like riding a bike with a flat tire and wondering why pedaling appeared to be so much easier for everyone else. Being told I'm sometimes too lazy or a dreamer, etc. Then learning at age 54 the existence of tire pumps and being able to keep up. Game changer. Still annoys me that all along, this medication was available and could have helped decades ago. The belief that everyone listen with both ears seemed inaccurate to me until I discovered that I'm deaf in one ear. You know how you get all congested after exercising, and wheeze for a bit before everything settles down again? No. Yeah, that's because most people don't have exercise-induced asthma. I was in my 30s before I knew that was a problem and not normal. I kept telling my OB I was worried about my leg ankles swelling in the later part of my pregnancy. They dismissed it, told me all pregnant people experience it. At 39 weeks I got sent to the hospital for extra monitoring on the baby due to an irregular test. She ended up being fine, but my blood pressure was crazy high. I was induced that night and then given an emergency C-section due to severe preeclampsia. Not a fun start to my baby's life, but she's here and healthy, so I can't be too upset.